Hi, I'm RitaBee and welcome to my channel. So I had a request to do I guess kind of a tutorial on how to flat iron African American hair. So I am using my lovely model today. As you can see, this is African American, I would say type 4 hair, tightly coiled. Give you guys a close up of the hair texture. And I'm using white gloves. You can see a little better, I hope, on my hand. And so the hair has been washed and conditioned. I'm going to go ahead and blow dry it while it's wet, and I'll come back after the blow dry and let you guys see what it looks like then. Before I blow dry it, I'm going to spray some Motions Nourish Leave-In Conditioner, and I'm also going to use the Tresemme Heat Tamer Spray. So I'll use both of these pretty generously throughout the hair, and I'll blow dry. So I'll see you guys back in just a moment. So another thing I want to mention is before I blow dry, I'm going to take the time to detangle the hair and go through the hair section by section. So right now I'm just going through the hair. You can turn your head, and I'm taking a large tooth comb, and I'm using that to kind of guide me, but I'm using my fingers to break apart the hair to try to minimize breakage. And I'm just going to go through the hair. I'm not really looking for a definitive part, but I want it to be somewhat definitive to avoid the hair getting tangled. And I'm just using a clamp. And I clamp all that hair up out the way. And then I'm doing this section by section. And again, you're going to always comb from the ends up. So I'm taking my large tooth comb and holding the hair and combing from the ends up until I can comb from the base down with minimal friction. So I'm combing up, and I'm just about there, and usually you'll feel it. You can feel the pull on the comb. So now the hair is nicely combed out, detangled, and I'm just going to take that detangled hair and I'm going to put it in a twist to try to hold on to that moisture, because we do want the hair to be still damp when we blow dry it. You never want to blow dry hair. That definitely is going to lead to breakage. So I just wanted to give you guys that tip. So I'm going to blow dry the entire head, but I just wanted to show you a small section. I know sometimes some people might not have as much experience, so I'm just showing you how I blow dry the hair. So really I'm going to blow dry the hair pretty much the same way I comb the hair, again from the roots up. I'm not using my blow dryer, so I'm not really going to go into the specs because I don't really know how well it works. But it does have a low, medium, and high setting, and I'm going to blow dry it on medium. Try to minimize that heat damage. So as you can see, I'm blow drying from the ends, and again holding the hair. And I start off on medium, and then I usually give it a little shot on high at the end, just to make sure that all that moisture is gone, so I don't singe the hair when I'm straightening it. I like the blow dryers with the comb attachment like this one has. I just feel like it's a lot easier, especially when you're doing your own hair, instead of having to hold your Denman brush or your comb or your paddle brush or vent brush, whatever you use when you have to use two hands. It's a lot more it's a lot more difficult for me, I know, if I'm doing it on my own hair. So I do like these for that reason. I wouldn't say these have the best results as far as the hair getting super straight, but they work well. They get the job done enough for me. I'm still going to go over and have to flat iron it anyway. So I try to do it from all the angles. So I just did it from one of the sides, and now I'm doing it from the top. Again, starting at the ends and working my way up until I get to the very top. And as you can see, the hair is drying gradually. And since we're already putting so much heat on it, you know, we want to try to minimize that, how much heat, where we can. doing things like not blow drying it on high, things like that. If you can air dry, that's awesome. At least when you're flat ironing for a really sleek look, I prefer to blow dry the hair first. I really think it just has a overall better result. So from the top, and now we'll do it from the side again, starting at the ends and working my way to the base. Oh, done. Okay, you're not doing it for a second. If you guys heard me, sorry. I was just saying, don't get my model's face. She's so nice to let us see what's going on, but we don't want to put her on blast, okay? And then I'm going to do it from the bottom. So again, starting at the end and making my way down towards the roots. Usually by the time I've done it at all the angles, the hair is pretty dry, and also it's I've stretched the hair a lot by now too. So now you see the hair, and I'm going to go ahead and turn this up to high. I'm going to take the glove off so I can actually feel the hair. And I'm going to do basically the same thing, but I don't have to start from the ends because I already did that. So I'm doing the same thing, doing it from all the different angles. And I'm pulling the hair as I go, and that's what straightens hair. It's the tension and pulling. So now, this is the hair after it's been blow dried. So that's one section. I'll finish the rest, and then I'll come back to you and show you the entire head before I get into flat ironing. All right, thanks. So I just want to show you guys how the hair looks now that it has been completely blow dried. So this is the hair blow dried. I'll come back to you in a moment and show you how I'm going to go through the hair and section by section. What I'm going to do first is take my old school pressing comb and just go around and do the edges. And then once I do the edges, I'll go in with my flat iron and flat iron the hair. And I'll come at you with more information about how I'm going to flat iron the hair, what I'm using, and how I do it. So and I did press around the edges already, so it's smooth, and I only use the hot comb or pressing comb for the edges. I don't use it when I go into the interior of the hair. So for today, with the tools I brought with me, I'm gonna use a large tooth comb for parting, and I part about what's that, a little less than an inch. And I take that hair and it's really nice when the hair is blow dried smoothly like this, because it's going to help to give you a really nice silky finish. If the hair was still like really coarse, sometimes you'll still see some of that after you go over with the flat iron. So I'm using my Hairstyler flat iron. Goes to 200 degrees Celsius, which I don't know is a direct translation right now. Let me see if I can show you where I have this setting. So that little knob, when it's all the way at the top, it'll be here. I'm not actually going to flat iron it all the way turned up. I'm going to have it about 3/4 of the way. It actually doesn't need to be up that high to get hair straight, at least not her hair. So I take the flat iron, take the hair, I pull it taut, and the first time I go over it, I'm going to get as close as I can to the roots without obviously touching her scalp, and I'm going to actually turn the flat iron inward and I'm going to turn it at about 90 degrees and pull the hair out. And I'm going to loosen up as I go down to her ends, since the ends are going to be most prone to heat damage and breakage. So I'm pulling it tightly, and then I'm kind of just letting it slide down when I get to the ends. I'm not really trying to put too much heat on, and I'm doing it that way because for me it gets it a lot straighter at the root. And then I go back over it, so I go over it twice, and I am now pulling it, but not pulling it a lot at all, in the opposite direction. So the first time I was turning it in towards her head, and the second time I was turning it out. So I'll show you again on the next section. I'm not going to talk about it. I'll let you just see. You might be able to translate it better through just watching. I use my fingers to kind of finger comb the hair and make sure that it's smooth as well. And I'm going to do another section on camera so you guys can see, hopefully. And I try to keep that width consistently going in rows throughout the hair. And all I'm using up top is a clamp to keep the hair out the way. So when you get to the end, at first you're kind of really clamping down on the flat iron to make sure it's nice and taut, have that tension that helps for the hair to be smooth. But by the time you get to the end, you shouldn't be really clamping down on the flat iron anymore. You should just be letting it run over those strands. Try to reduce the chances for there being heat breakage. So I'll come at you when I'm a little further along. I'll show you a little closer how the hair looks. It's really smooth and really silky, really sleek, as my as one request. And this is our finished product. So I just use the same technique that I showed you all the way throughout the hair. I did apply just a little bit of shine serum. I'll show you the kind I use. Sorry. A little bit of this smooth and shine, the sleek and shine, and it's a straighten polisher and heat protectant. So I really like it. It says, as it says, silk and exotic oils. So I used a very, very small bit, not even a dime size, like just enough to go on my fingertip, and I did put that throughout the hair. So this is the hair straight, and I just want to show you the movement. So you see how the hair moves really effortlessly, and it's very silky and still full. So I'm going to put some curls in it, and I'll come back one more time and just show you guys how that looks when it's all done. All right, see you soon. And this is the final product. This is after using the same flat iron. I actually turned the heat down even a bit lower, so it's just halfway on the heat setting, and I put some curls in. As you can see, I'll just go around without showing my lovely model's face today. And that's the final result. And again, if you want to see movement, can we get a little shake, please? Ooh! And that's how you get beautiful, sleek, flat ironed hair. You got to put those curls in there, girls. Okay, you got to work it. That brings it to life. Make sure you see all that shine and all that body, all that fullness, and show just how feathery light that is. So you guys have a good one. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you on my next video. As always, peace and love. Mwah! Bye.